why drugs should be legalized. This is a subject that many people, I think, overlook because if they're not affected directly by it, then it's not their problem. And me, by my travels, I've just seen people get hooked, get imprisoned, spiral down, race to the bottom. Some people recover, some people don't. And just people that just had a bad deal with it. And never came back from it. Now, one could say, well, so what are you saying? You think drugs are good for you? Heroin, cocaine, crack, meth, whatever other stuff is out there. Crocodile. A man that I admire a lot, Thomas Sowell, S-O-W-E-E-L-L. You know, why he spoke about that, why drugs should be legalized. And on some points I agree with him that he made it more of a clear choice was when he said that it didn't work during Prohibition. Did you know that here in America, at one point alcohol was outlawed, and that did not stop people from getting drunk. They still paid for it. It went to, underbosses or criminal organizations. Here in California, weed is pretty much legal to smoke. Pretty much, just need your you can call your green card, your permit, your medical card. So you can smoke weed to clear up that glaucoma you got. And for those that know me personally, you know that I deal with a lot of people that I speak openly to a lot of people, and no one had never met anyone so far. I have not met anyone that strictly got addicted to weed, and since the law passed to legalize it, and gave up their life and ambitions. Maybe they smoke more of it now, but I don't know one person that became hooked and life went down the drain. I know people that smoke it before they go to sleep. And from various professions, people that you look at them, you speak to them, they don't speak about it, they don't smell like it, they never mention it. Only if you go to their home will you notice that they smoke, but I haven't seen the zombies, I call them zombies, but the junkies on the street. And if you think that I'm overreacting, go ask your local police officer, especially if you're in a major city. Ask them if there's a drug problem here in your city. pretty sure you do. And you know, without a doubt, you're going to have people that, if drugs were legalized, that will overdose. But imagine if we had clinics or hospitals that took care of these people, that could bring them down, that could limit their intake. How many jails are filled with these guys that just made a bad choice in life? They had a stupid friend, a stupid role model that introduced them to it, and they just fucked up. I know I've done a bunch of dumb shit in my life. I never became a junkie, but you know, when you lock these guys up, guys and girls, but when you lock them up, that doesn't solve the problem. And we're talking about health here, and we lock them up because it's for their health. You know, you don't lock up people for smoking, for eating McDonald's day after day, for putting in greasy, you know, engineered food in their body. You don't do that. You know, instead we say, you know, you can't fat shame them. You know, it's their body. Let them do what they want. They're still beautiful. But now a junkie, on the other hand, no, that's his choice. He's evil. Send him to prison. Send him to prison with the rest of the rapists, murderers, people who robbed and assaulted, done home invasions. Yeah, that'll teach them. People that make a living off of crime. What do you think that's going to do to a junkie? Because you've lost, obviously with the criminal record now, it's harder for employment. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be less people welcoming back that person to the civilian world. Being amongst criminals, hearing the stories as to how they scored, well, you know, you go to this part of the city with just a gun or just a knife and you scare these people, get your money for your fix. In Colorado and in California, the taxes earned from the sale of weed have I'm trying to remember exactly how they've benefited, but I know that the taxes have increased the budget. You know, because it's no longer dirty money off the streets that's going unclaimed. Now the city, the state can have it. And I'm pretty sure that lowers your taxes. All because someone else wants to smoke some weed, and I'm all for that. And sure, we're going to have some people that are going to abuse the system, are going to fall through the cracks and not recover, but I think it's a better choice than not doing anything, than to keep things the way that they are right now. Thomas Sowell, he brought up an excellent question. He said, imagine if alcohol nor drugs were never discovered. I thought that was an interesting thing to think of. What would we be addicted to? You know, McDonald's fries or what? I really don't have a lot more to say on that, except you know that if you're caught slanging, selling drugs, the DA could just take your property, your cars, your boats, your motorcycles, auction it off. The demand for drugs is so high that just it lowers the price of it. Imagine if we could control it. It'll create jobs. Who knows, maybe we could even create an alternative drug that gives you a similar feeling but doesn't make you addicted. And I think that's my whole argument there. I don't have anything else to report, so I'll just keep on drawing here. You know, I've seen girls, beautiful girls, hot women just fall in love with criminals because they have the hookup for their fix. I think that's pretty sad, because sometimes I do wonder, like, man, where did it go wrong? You know, what was it? I think about that for a lot of people, and I'm no angel either. I'm not without my flaws. You know, I make I use a poor judgment. I have used poor judgment. Do my best to be as constructive as possible. But yeah, that trips me out when I see young women just fall for it. I used to have a tattoo client that told me how the cops, he'd be scared as much as the cops as other gang members, but more scared about the cops. Because apparently if you had a stash or cash, that they would either rob you or just simply put you in jail. But yeah, all that money, yeah, and it sort of sucks, you know, that you put that sort of money in government. But man, if we keep things the way that they are, if we keep things the way that they are right now, people will just keep on going to prison for using. Now I forget the actual number as to how much you can go to prison for, because you could have a certain amount and get charged for distribution. Imagine if these drug dealers were to get forced to work at a McDonald's, get their money, get them taxed, get their paychecks taxed, instead of not working, just being sent to prison, coming out of our tax dollars, and in some cases that money being going to the owner of the prison, to the venture capitalists that own that prison. How many families are broken up? How many dads can no longer get a job because they've been labeled junkies by the system? How many of these guys and girls have to steal to get their fix? Burglarize their own home, or your home, or my home. I think it's important just to share your opinion. So, just because I don't know anyone in prison right now with a drug problem, or know anyone with a drug problem, that doesn't mean that it's not relevant. Who cares about the pain? Because when you start seeing, I'm trying to think, because you hear stories of, especially women, girls who were brought up without their parents because they were locked up in and out of prison. You know, there's an for every action there's a reaction. Yeah, but if you're in, also not telling you to go ahead and try out and experiment that stuff. You know, you can't get addicted. Goes your job, your money, a lot of people. You'll hurt a lot of people around you, professionally and personally. Here's a story I heard from one of the Marines I served with. Told me that there was once a drill instructor who, Marine Corps drill instructor that got hooked. But, I couldn't verify the story. I still haven't looked it up. This was years ago. You know, in the Marine Corps, you can go to prison, which is the brig, for smoking weed. Smoking weed. Smoking weed. And I think there'll probably even be a few people that'll say, no, nothing, no winner, no real good person has ever used drugs before in their life. I wouldn't want to point the finger at anyone, but check out just the biographies on some of your favorite actors, especially musicians, artists, TV personalities. Type in drug use and then their name. You'd be surprised how many people in the spotlight are, I won't even say junkies, but recreational use. One thing that I have been curious about is the ayahuasca. I believe that's how it's pronounced, ayahuasca. A drink from made from the leaves of certain plants from the Amazon that are hallucinogenic. And people compare it to MDMA, but also that's some sort of spiritual experience. And there are other people that believe, you don't need that stuff. And I'm trying to remember the last time I felt high with someone, just holding a beautiful moment, with someone. That's something else. And there's other things besides drugs that I think one could get addicted to. I've seen people get addicted to just relationships. You need to be with someone, to food, to gambling. And I think it's by, you know what really does help me a lot? I believe it's this YouTube channel, because I let go of a bunch of thoughts that that just come out into my mind, right? Sometimes it calculates for me. I could think out loud. But it doesn't. It helps me to keep going, to stay focused, to remind myself that I can do a lot of good if I'm successful with my art goals. And I don't fall into some sort of addiction. But I once knew someone who was holding up a bunch of pain in their body, and this person would drink a lot, drive drunk. What a shame. What a shame. Whatever challenges you have in your life, problems, thoughts, bad relationships, bad financial situation, bad health, I know it's easy for me to say to stay strong and keep focused here, as I'm able, as I have all my limbs sober, somewhat well rested because that coffee kicked in. I got food, I got shelter. I'm not in the hospital, but you know, if there are things that disturb you that make you want to, you know, even use drugs, man. There's, you know, let those negative thoughts out. Like I say, create that YouTube channel. You know, just share your mind out with the world. You can even put your channel to private, so you don't even have to share it with everyone. But yeah, man, there's a lot of people out there that want to help out other people. So you know, seek help. Seek help.